United Nations Guidelines for Consumer Protection, also known as the UNGCP, provide essential principles aimed at helping countries establish effective consumer protection laws and institutions. These guidelines serve as a roadmap for fair, safe, and sustainable consumer experiences worldwide. These guidelines address the needs and interests of consumers, especially in developing nations. The UNGCP recognizes that consumers face challenges like economic disparities, limited education, and unequal bargaining power. The guidelines emphasize fair access to safe products and the right to promote sustainable economic and social development. The objectives include A. Assisting countries in achieving or maintaining strong consumer protection, B. Creating production and distribution patterns that meet consumer needs, C. Encouraging ethical practices in goods and services production, D. Curbing abusive business practices that harm consumers. UNGCP guidelines aim to build market conditions that offer consumers fair choices at affordable prices, sustainable consumption patterns, and the support of independent consumer groups. These guidelines further international cooperation in consumer protection. The guidelines identify key principles to ensure consumers' legitimate needs are met, which include access to essential goods and services, protection of vulnerable and disadvantaged consumers, safeguarding consumers' health and safety, promoting consumers' economic interests, providing adequate information for informed decisions. Other principles of the guidelines focus on consumer education about the impact of their choices on society and the environment, the availability of effective dispute resolution, and the freedom to form consumer organizations. They also ensure that online consumers receive the same protection as in traditional commerce, with safeguards for privacy and free information flow. The United Nations Guidelines for Consumer Protection support the creation of a fair, safe, and sustainable marketplace. By implementing these principles, countries contribute to a world where consumers' rights are respected and everyone has access to fair, ethical, and sustainable products and services.